What up, comrades? I'm here to talk about Sugoro Quest, which is a fun like Nintendo kind of like JRPG game that I was playing. It's like a mix between a JRPG and like a board game. So they don't come out here that much. There's like Mario Party, which most people would be familiar with if you're familiar with like party games, these kind of like board party games. But there's like a whole genre of like these party games in Japan. Like there's like Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest ones. There's this one. There's tons. And what that means is that you roll a die and you go around a board and then you have like activities and you got to like do certain things or you got to meet some sort of thing or it's competitive. This one is like a JRPG style. So we get introduced. There's like a kingdom and the kingdom's under distress from like Hades, the Lord of Darkness or whatever. And so 4 heroes have shown up to defeat the Hades. There's the fighter, the dwarf, the elf, and the half-elf. And they all have like their little introductions. And the fighter's like, I'm a fighter. And the dwarf's like, I love fighting things. And then the elf is like, I love magic. And the half-elf's like, oh, tee-hee, I'm a mixture of things. I fight and I use magic. And like everyone gets magic. But like attack magic, which is kind of shit, to be completely honest, because I played the elf as like the main character. And like at some point, I was just like, I would cast like Paralyze, which would stun the other person. Because what happens in combat is that you and the enemy both roll a die, and whoever has the higher roll like succeeds in their thing. And the higher like a success, the more like times you attack. So if it's like you roll like it's a 6-sided die, but as you progress through the game and level up, you can unlock like higher and higher up to like I got up to level like 9. So if you roll like a 9 and they roll like a 1, that's like 8 times attack, if that makes sense. So whatever you would do with 1 times attack, you do it 8 times, and it does a lot of damage, right? But so I'm playing the elf, the mage character, and she's unlocking like spells like crazy. And at the beginning, like the spells are pretty good. But at some point in the game, I cast like my most powerful, most expensive spell, and it does like 30 damage for times 1. And then I just attack with her fucking wand, and it does like 112 damage for 1 times damage. And I'm like, why the fuck would I use spells anymore? So I literally just paralyze and then attack until the person stood back up, because my attack is shit. And then I would paralyze again, and paralyze works against everybody. Bosses, doesn't matter. So that's pretty much how I got through the game. That and a lot of save stating, to be completely honest. Because there's like the second to last level. So there's 5 levels. There's like forest level, island level, plains level, and then there's like I'm missing one, like a mountain level, and then there's like the fire, like the lava level or whatever. And the lava level is like the worst. It's like because it's like initially it's like you to choose between the 5 levels, and so the 5th level is like the last level, quote unquote. And there's a part in it where you have to like you have to circle around over and over again until you land on like specific squares, multiple times. So you have to circle around at least twice, if I remember correctly. And it's just like it's such a pain in the ass to do this. And then once you circle around like twice, if you land on the exact squares you need to land on, because if you don't, you just keep circling around forever, right? So this is where the save scumming comes into place. So I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna fucking circle around this thing 500 times. Partially because like most of the bad guys at that point, like I would have to kill so many of them to gain a level, and then I'd get like +1 endurance, and it's like fuck your endurance. Like if I'm not doing more damage, I don't give a fuck. And I never got hit. I would just because then the battles would take forever because some of the bad guys are like resistant to physical attacks. But guess what? The magic still sucks. Like it doesn't like all of a sudden the magic's good against those creatures. So there's like specifically there's like this dung beetle looking thing, and like it was like super fucking annoying because it would I would paralyze it, and then I'd attack it, and it'd be like, you did 10 damage. And I was like, God damn. And I tried every spell, and there wasn't like a single spell that did more damage than 10. And I was like, oh my God, dude. And this thing had like 200 hit points, so you have to hit it like fucking 20 times. Like it was, and then it gave you like 300 experience. And then in the exact same level, like on the next square over, because it's random, right? It's like a random generated battle. You would fight like a mage, and the mage would take like, I'd hit it like 2 times, and it would die, right? And the thing had like 500 damage. It would take so much physical damage after you paralyzed it. And then it would give you like 5,000 experience. And it was like, the fuck is this dung beetle thing? Like, it'd be better just to like run away if you were actually playing this game without like saving, because I would just be like, nope, not fighting that thing. Fuck this game. Like I fought it a few times and I was like, fuck you, game. Like the fuck is this piece of shit, man? Other than that, the game's great. I hyper focus on that because it was like the most annoying thing. Oh, and then after you go through this fucking like the huge fucking circle like twice, if you land exactly where you're supposed to land every single time, which you only are gonna do that if you fucking cheat or use this amulet thing that you can get from like a previous level, because you can get amulets and they let you move like exactly a certain amount of spaces. And there's the fourth level, I think, or the third level, one of the two. There's like, you can go to like a town and it's like, hey, do you want help? And you're like, yes. And you can literally just get a bunch of these amulets, but you can only hold like so many things. So you really gotta like, right. So there's a lot of strategizing if you care to like play this game for hours and hours and hours, which I do not. It was not that fun. It was pretty fun when I was like save stating, but outside of that, it was kind of like, I could see getting bored of this real quick. And we'll get more to that in a second. But everything up to that point, like the water level, the island level, you can like get boats or not get boats. There's a lot of chances where you run into towns, and you can make different choices, and then you can have like fun little escapades, and there's just like spots on the board where you can like level up your armor, or just get you take damage, or you go to like springs and you get hit points and you get mana. And then the bosses are fun, and they have like short little like blah blah blah. Like there's not like real story in this thing, right? It's like go to each level, level up some more, go to the next level. You get to the last level. Oh, I was gonna say, so after you go around this fucking huge circle like 3 times, then you get to like an inner circle, and it's like you get to a door, and it's like, are you strong enough to open the door? And you never are. So you have to go around like another loop. And I was like, oh god, give me strength. And the second time you go through, you are strong enough no matter what. And it was like, holy shit, game. Like this level sucks. Everything else is great about this game, but this fucking level, because it's got the dung beetle too. Like if you could just skip level 5, but level 5 is actually the only level you have to do, because after you beat level 5, when you go back to the castle, the king is like, all right, if you talk to me again, I'll send you to Hades, because then now you're ready to like fight the Lord of the Underworld. And this is where like the real assholery comes in, because Hades is actually fine. The bad guys they have a lot of hit points, they give you a lot of experience, but like they're reasonable, right? And then you fight like boss number 1, and then you fight boss number 2, and when you get to Hades to fight the final boss of the game, your character gets paralyzed, and then you have to like rescue them. And what does rescuing entail? So I didn't really talk about this before, but every time you start off to go on an adventure, you get to choose one of the 4 adventures. It's like you choose them at the beginning of the game. It's like every time. So you can constantly you can level up all 4 characters at the same time, or you can jump around, or you can just focus on one like I fucking did. And so the elf is like maxed out with like max equipment and like just pimping things with her staff and shit. And then she's gone. And I was like, oh Lord, give me strength. I got to start all over from the beginning of this goddamn game with somebody new. And so I chose the fighter because I figured he'd be the easiest, because fighting is the most powerful thing you can do in this game. I actually thought like maybe the dwarf would be better later on, because the fighter starts getting like some spells. It's like paladin spells, right? Like heal and stuff like that. And like an attack boost. But then I was like, okay, well, I still have all this fucking money the elf got, so I just bought him like some of the best equipment in the game, and then I went to like level 4 and just leveled up a little bit, and then I went to level 5, which is the worst level, and I had to play through that fucking thing all over again, which I probably didn't. I probably could have just talked to the king and moved on, but I was like, I need more levels, so I did a little save skimming to like just kill fucking wizards as much as possible and just like ground that out for a bit. Then I went to Hades, and this time when you get to the final boss, so you have to beat the first boss again, then the second boss in the last level, and then you fight Hades this time, and he's a big mean dragon with like 999 hit points, and he eats damage like crazy. Like that boss took forever. Like I would hit him for like 5 times damage, and it would be like 50 hit points, and it was like, oh fuck. But we grind him down, and what you do, you like rescue the elf, and then you go to the exit, and then it's like everyone celebrates because you beat Hades and you won, and then we get like a cute little like outro, and it's like the fighter moved back to like his hometown and did something. The dwarf went back to his caverns and did dwarven shit. The elf like wandered the land and did whatever she did, and then like the half elf moved back to like the Isles so that she could like sunbathe and shit. Like, and that's the story. That's Sugoro Quest. Which I think is, so there's this whole mechanic in this game that I never used. I used it enough to realize that it was shit, and then I never used it. So when you're fighting monsters, you never fight the monsters. They have these little like dice men that roll the dice, and so the monster is just there for like a pretty picture. And some of them are hot as fuck, right? Like if you're into monsters and shit. But then you have an ability called Call, and so you can call, and when you call, you roll a die, and the higher the die, I'm assuming the better the dice man is. But every time I used it like 4 or 5 times, and it just seemed worse. Period. Like it never seemed to do. It was never like, oh, I'm using a call. This, because in my head it was like, well, I'm rolling a die, so I call this thing, and maybe it rolls a die, and maybe it rolls better, or like it has some extra hit points, or it has different abilities, and like nope. In fact, I was using the elf, and then I rolled like a 6, and then what comes out is like a little knight looking guy, and I'm like, oh cool, maybe he'll be better at fighting. And I did less damage with him out there, and I was like, the fuck is the point of this? So I can't fathom why anyone would do that. Maybe I'm missing something, but I felt like I tried it like again 4 or 5 times, and I was like, this is worse. Period. Like, this is never better. And like once with the fighter, I tried it and I rolled a 1, and you got this like derpy looking, like low jack looking thing, and it was just, he was so shit. I was like, I had to like reload a save state because I was like, I'm gonna get destroyed if I try to fucking use this thing. But yeah, the Sugoro Quest, pretty fun. You can see all the pretty pictures and stuff. An old NES game, rolling a die, going around doing RPG shit. I enjoyed it. I really did. I played it on RetroArch on my PSP. So fun stuff all around. So go ahead, like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you guys later.